Brought to you by the Atlanta Center for EMDR. Your brain is miraculous. Daily doing the double miracle of not just simulating the objective environment around us, but also a subjective inner world able to experience that environment. But sometimes, our experience is traumatic. Warning, the following is a gross oversimplification. Neuroscience is complicated. Read a book, yo. Imagine you're a caveman walking around with your friend. You spot a fruit tree with some flowers around it. It hasn't been stripped bare by the monkeys. You go to have a taste without even thinking why the monkeys were avoiding it. Then suddenly, a tiger! Your friend is dead to your legs! Run away, run away! You're safe and alive, but now you feel really, really, really bad. You done been gone to trauma. But what does that mean for you? Well, a bunch of stimuli in your environment crisscrossed with a bunch of subjective responses inside your head, and by the connection of your experience, huzzah, it's a trauma, the psychic residue of the experience. Well, so what? Well, maybe next time you find a fruit tree with a new friend, he'll go and eat his fill, but you get stopped by trauma. Why is trauma so cruel? Well, it's the math of the jungle. If missing out on a meal 9 times means that on the 10th time, you don't get eaten by a tiger? By the primal law of Darwin's gore-slick bloodline banhammer, that trauma's a pretty good tool to hold on to. Missing a few meals is a small price to pay for survival in this harsh environment. Remember, your trauma loves you, and it wants to keep you safe as best it can. So how can your trauma best keep you safe? Well, that's where things get complicated. When you have a hammer, all your problems look like nails, and different parts of your brain have very different hammers. For instance, on the left, you have your analytical, linear, literal self. When he's confronted by a trauma, he'll process it by measuring it, quantifying, analyzing, making logical, objective sense of it. Meanwhile, on the right side, your artistic, nuanced, emotional self. When confronted with a trauma, it will self-reflect and see how it impacts them personally. It'll be able to see how different parts fit together as a whole. So what's the problem? Make them get to work. Well, the issue is brains are very energy costly, and running for too long will get them burned out and undo any good they do. At the same time, staying off for too long means you'll forget what you did and you'll lose your progress and have to start over. What's the solution? Walking. More than exercise. Your feet are loaded with nerve endings so that each step sends a massive bunch of nerve ending impulses into your brain, lighting it up left and right, back and forth at just the right rhythm. Think of it as sort of a lamp swinging from the top of your brain, lighting half of your brain at a time. Not making sense? Try this out. Instead of swinging lamps, imagine them tossing the trauma back and forth, holding it to analyze a moment, and then relaxing without it for a step. Now, one step won't take you very far, but cavemen don't take one step. Cavemen walk for miles. Trauma processing machines. But that's not all. When a caveman sleeps, he's shut off and isolated from outside distractions, and rapid eye movements where eyes turn from side to side move a huge ball of mental energy from the left and right sides of the brain. It's much bigger than walking and a lot faster. This experience is known as nightmares, the champagne of trauma processing. But that's for another video. Over the years and miles, that trauma gets polished like a river stone and smoothed out into a tool that can help protect you from harm, teamed up with your other learning experiences teaching you what not to do. Look at you, ready to take on the world and thrive, having little cavemen of your own, but also passing on your tools so that your little cavemen can be benefiting from their protection as well. But that was then. The modern world is not recognizable to our caveman ancestors. Our daily cycle of walking and sleeping is hugely thrown off by screen time and commutes. It may feel like we've outgrown our caveman ways, but we're still overwhelmed. Politics, money, and the news has our left hemisphere completely dominated. Meanwhile, existential dread, social media, and modern dating have the right so occupied that the two halves rarely speak to each other. This means that in the real world, what traumas we have interfere with our lives more than our caveman ancestors had to. One part of us will look at a memory and say, wow, good thing I avoided getting hurt. That was really close, good for me. While another part looks at the exact same memory and says, why the hell did I do that? Oh God, I'm so cringe. Talk therapy is helpful, but it has its limitations. While useful for analyzing specific issues, it ultimately turns one's focus outward, forcing the two halves to compete with each other rather than cooperate. This may foster resentment, which drives them even further apart. If you're feeling lost and think nothing has worked, maybe it's time to try something new. Eye movement desensitizing and reprocessing. Come down to our convenient Atlanta location, where our friendly and knowledgeable staff will walk you through the process of shutting off all of the distractions and turning down all of the obligations that keep your hemispheres distracted from each other. Then, all you need's the rhythm. EMDR won't magically heal old wounds, but it can make the journey a lot faster and a lot smoother. Don't you owe it to yourself to get the most efficiency out of your trauma processing? Don't live to serve your trauma. Help your trauma serve you.
Baxter! Baxter, you're in the shot! Baxter, go away! Yeah!